Yes, we are facing a heat wave, and yes, every single citizen of the country at this point in time is alarmed with the rising, instances of heat waves, and we haven't even hit the peak as yet.
More than a dozen people have died in India in the past 2 months due to a severe heat wave. Experts blame high temperatures driven by climate change.
The energy resources that we get through fossil fuels is much higher per unit as compared to what solar is giving to us. But what are the challenges that we are facing with solar is the capacity utilization factor that one of my colleagues was mentioning to me, the reliability factor, as well as the transfer and distribution factor that we're looking at. So there are various sources of renewable energy, and I must also say another interesting dichotomy that exists. So Bihar, with 200 unit per capita consumption, is likely to transition faster vis-a-vis Delhi with a 2,000 per capita consumption, because anything that secures their energy requirements would be easier for us to tackle. And that is how India is looking at it as well. So renewable energy, transitioning to renewable energy for them would be a much easier task for us to do as compared to getting urban cities to transfer. So those are things, the dichotomies that prevail, the challenges that we are looking at solutions for. And all I can say is if we put our heads together and, like he said, realign our resources, realign our tech know-how, our research know-how, and partner more, I would say India does not need to tell you that what a big market it is. India does not need to tell you that we are so receptive to any technology transfer that comes up way. India is not, we do not need to tell you all that any kind of research that supports our transition is going to benefit. It's a win-win situation for both sides. It's for you all to understand that. So we are open to this, and if these challenges could be addressed, I think we'd be making that transition sooner rather than later. What gives me hope is the entire young generation making this as the main issue to talk about, and having concerns and wanting solutions to that, and they're pushing their political representatives to make that the fulcrum of the conversation. At least I can say that in India, and that I think is the biggest hope. And I see hope when I say the young in India. The state I come from, Maharashtra, is led by a very young environment minister who's extremely concerned about all these climate impact issues that we are going to face as a state, as a nation, and globally, and he's working in that direction. So I only take hope from the fact that we have a young generation which is looking at this from a very serious point of view and want us to address those.